All right, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the pod. We have a new guest here. What's your name?
Ibrahim.
From Team Dart, and we have
Sonny, Team Dart. You're flanked
Actually-
flanked by Team Dart guys. Huh?
I know this is crazy. This is scary, man. This is scary. Aren't you Furqan now?
Huh? Yeah, I'm Furqan. Yeah,
Furqan.
Furqan.
Okay.
I forget sometimes.
All right, man. Welcome to the show, man. I'm glad to bring it back. We're kind of late this week. We're trying to squeeze a podcast in this week, real quick. But let's get right into it, man.
All right, cool.
Let's get right into it.
Yeah,
So, game one, we had GSOT versus FNF. How was that game for you, man? What did you see?
I was really curious to see who was going to be the quarterback, because I thought they were going to quarterback by committee.
Yeah.
But Dan said, "All right, I'm gonna quarterback." Because I walked in, it was like around towards the end of the second half, and I guess it had gotten away from GSOT a little bit there. But I mean, I saw the highlights. I mean, I thought Dan was throwing a good ball. I just thought he was going downfield and home runs a little too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wish he would have checked it down a little bit more, let his guys make plays. You know what I mean? But he throws a good ball though.
What do you think? It was a good game.
Yeah, I saw it live. So, I mean, someone told me that he played quarterback in high school. And you can tell, he actually has really good mechanics.
Yeah. He was getting to the edge.
Yeah, not just that, like he has his eyes down the field. So
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of, it was surprising. Like he played a lot better than I thought he would. So
Yeah.
not to knock him, he's an athlete. I saw him extend a lot of plays, which I saw one play where EJ took it he ran a 5-yard out. Dan went to one side and then he went back to the other side, and then EJ turned it upfield for that first deep bomb.
Yeah.
So I think once he got that first one down, then he tried to exploit it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Some unfortunate drops, but I don't think they really lost a step then. So
Yeah, I mean, Dan was kind of doing his thing in the beginning, throwing some deep balls, running around. They couldn't catch his flag in the beginning. They only were rushing one in that first drive. So things are looking really pretty and nice for him. They started rushing two, and things changed. Things just changed. You have Salah and you have Sammy, you have Samin running. And then there was like a fourth down early in the game where they went for it on their own, like on their own side. And they didn't get that. Then boom, touchdown. Just like that, it got out of hand. Like it was really fast. But, I think without Horace or CJ, that wasn't even a fair match, because when usually Dan's a receiver.
Right.
So now you lose a receiver,
Correct.
they go to quarterback, and they all just... So it wasn't really a valid, game. But, I mean, they still fought. That's
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Credit to FNF. Now they're 4-1.
3-1.
3-1.
3-1, yeah.
So 4 games under their belt.
I think
But
this was in Iman's best game too. Like, you saw him come alive this game.
Uh-huh.
Like you saw him more.
You know what else you see? You don't see Iman under center anymore.
No.
Remember I made that little comment about Iman playing center?
Yeah.
He hasn't played center since.
He's a receiver fully now.
Huh?
He's a receiver star.
This is where he belongs.
Yeah, he got hustled on a nice back crosser touchdown. So I feel like they'll use him more.
Yeah.
I thought they're gonna use him some more.
Yeah. Iman, you owe me lunch.
For sure. All right, game 2, Dart versus Wolf Stars.
Okay.
And I'm just frustrated, man, because I feel like Shuja doesn't just. They beat me and they decide to just sit. I'm done. My season's over now. I've taken down Muslimin, and they decide to just gonna coast to the playoffs now, which is like, I don't know where he was, but hopefully he had a valid excuse. There was no Farhan either. Just like
No Josh.
no Josh.
Yeah.
And you have Obeid on one knee.
Yeah.
He had a brace on, but I thought he ran pretty good though.
Yeah.
I didn't really see. Did you see anything like injury wise?
I didn't even realize that he was injured. He didn't tell me anything about that, and I didn't really. He didn't appear to be injured to me. Like he seemed to be pretty mobile, right? He had that jump, right?
He was
He looked good, but he had that brace on. So I think on the game against my game, I think is when he got hurt a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure. He looked fine. But back in the game though, Shida wasn't there. Obeid is still a quarterback, so I'm not gonna say this game was like a fake. Like this is a fluky win. This is a real win. And they rushed 3 on Pap, which I'm thinking teams are going to do this more often because they're noticing that Pap isn't moving at all, and he's throwing a lot to his check down. So I think people are going to do that more often. They used that strategy in week 4? Week 4 game. It was kind of early to throw that strategy out, and it didn't really work. I mean, it kind of was throwing things off for Pap, but he still got that first touchdown, and then they got that Jelani pick 6, man.
Yeah.
And then he's dancing. He's doing his little... Well, what was that, man?
What is that called?
I don't know.
It's a new trend. I can't remember what it's called. It's a new trend.
I don't know.
He must have learned it from his students. I
think Jack.
Huh?
I mean, Hamza. Jack slash Hamza showed him something.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, after that Pixels happened,
Yeah.
it was just was it 18-0 at halftime? 18-0.
18-0. Yeah, we scored 3 times and couldn't convert on any extra point. Yeah.
Yeah, man, good win for Dart though. Great 4-0 dub. Shuja wasn't there, but it's not a, that's on him. It's not your
Yeah, it
fault.
was a little anticlimactic. Without Shuja there.
It wasn't as sweet. It wasn't.
Huh?
It wasn't as.
It really wasn't, honestly. Like, everybody kind of knew. It's just not the same team out there. But once they're like fully healthy, they're gonna be a scary team. What are they, 2-2 now?
2-2.
So they're not gonna finish in the top 3. They're gonna finish anywhere between 4 to 6, something like that, right? Maybe even 4 to 6, something like that. So, it's gonna be a tough matchup in the playoffs now. But it was. I think they know they're gonna be fine. I don't think they're tripping about it either. You know what I mean? You saw like Away's talking a little bit. Like I don't know if you saw that, but he was like,
What did he
we'll
say?
See, at least he's like, we'll see you in the playoffs.
We were smiling too much.
Huh?
Chris-
Oh, and we were smiling too much. Yeah.
Oh, you saying y'all were smiling too much?
Yeah.
Ah, man. Yeah, don't make that man mad.
Huh?
Don't make him mad.
Yeah. Now he's got the shortest fuse. He's got the shortest fuse. But yeah.
No, but I think they're confident that they see anyone in the playoffs, they're gonna win.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's at the utmost confidence right now. They're gonna have no fear for any team.
Yeah.
I think when you have Obey that QB, the biggest thing you lose is him as a receiver, trying to find those soft spots in the zone. So I think they lost that a little bit. But I think he was moving fine. He was exploding our defense just a little bit, but I think we made the right adjustments to kind of contain him.
That second half, they could have made a comeback actually. They had a pick early on.
Oh yeah.
And they scored immediately. Wahaj punched it in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they got a 4-and-out right after that. And then I can't remember what it was, but we did get some calls.
It was the RTP.
Huh?
It was the RTP.
It was.
He throws an interception, but I think Wahaj ran into him.
And they brought it back.
Yeah. And he scored.
Yeah.
Was that called shaky or was that
Huh?
was that valid or what?
Yeah, it was.
It was more of. It was not much hitting the hand, but the follow through of Wahaj's body.
He couldn't land in his landing zone.
Into that. So, and I think the following play was the touchdown to Daha on the drag. So.
And that touchdown was weird as hell. I think it wasn't going to Taha, was it?
No, it was.
It was?
But I heard Pete say it'd be go, go, go. So I turned around, went through my hand, and then Taha was just...
So, like, you dropped it?
No, I think it was going to Taha.
Oh, so you kind of just let it go?
No, I did not.
No, he attempted to catch it, but fortunately he has terrible hands, and so then it got to Taha. So that was the one time his terrible hands worked out for us.
I was so shocked, like, what's happening right now? Because like I thought you planned out. I think you just did a little like a fake catch thing or something.
No, Taha has good awareness. Have you noticed he always catches the ball on a tip drill?
Low key.
So he always has his eye on the ball. But no, he did a great job. It's good to see him get involved in the offense again. So.
Yeah. He disappears sometimes offensively.
Usmani?
Yeah,
he's hard to see him, bro.
I think he works so hard on defense that he's so tired to do anything on offense. Kind of like a what's he like a Lance Stevenson? You say on defense? He's like a Lance type or like a Patrick Beverly. Like he does so much on defense, you can't have him score on offense too.
Yeah.
He's
but
too
I
tired.
really don't feel like he's doing anything on defense.
Oh, he's just chilling. He's just chilling.
No,
he's just chilling.
Who's that one player on the Pelicans that just sits in the?
Oh yeah, Alvarado.
Yeah,
Alvarado.
Oh, he hides in the corner.
Jose Alvarado.
He's just hustling.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works against him because I don't see anyone fall for a pump fake more than Daha, bro.
Dude, for real.
Good Lord.
For real.
And I'm like, why? You're not gonna get the ball anyways.
Oh my God, yes. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, but he reminds me
I thought
of
I was the only person.
Yeah, he just hides in the little corner. He's shifty.
Yeah.
But no, he's a go-getter. But it's nice to have him on the defense. So. All right, so the third game we have is Purple Rain versus Titans. I think this set the record for the most QBs for one team in one game. I think I counted
How many did we see?
5.
5?
4? No, I think it was 5.
So
no, it was 4. So your starting QB wasn't there. Sahel wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So we start the game off with Abdurrahman.
Okay.
I think I saw PJ at one point.
Yes.
Then I saw.
I think Sammy came in next from FNF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough for Purple Rain. You can see them trying.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying. It's just the chemistry is just not there.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you guys think? I felt like it was totally lopsided.
Yeah, man, it was a beat down to beat downs for sure. I mean, it's sad because Saho is the one guy that can kind of make them like they're gonna compete to an extent. Like he's fast. Like Saho can run around, make some plays for his team. But when he wasn't there, Rahman was throwing pretty well, but it's just like there's not enough going on for the offense. There's not no schematics going on. It's very like simple, and they're versus Titans team. And Titans are they're a machine right now, man. You have Moise Ali, he's almost leading. He's touching, scoring every single game. You have Rahul's doing his thing. Jiffy was the once known as the quarterback. Now he's just a receiver, but he's one of the smartest guys on the field. Mm-hmm. So it's like having a guy that's just a receiver now. That's doing a lot. They hit a lot of pitches, a lot of things they're doing. It's just they're hard to guard, and her range they're not there. So unfortunately, they got beat down.
Yeah, Titans are back on track. I think they lost last week, right? They lost last week because their quarterback was not there. So they had one. They were 2-0. Now they're 2-1. Now they're 3-1. So I mean, they'll end up finishing with a top 3 seed more than likely. And it just depends on how the next 2 games go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so they're going to be favored. They're going to be favored in that matchup against GSOT. It's still a dangerous matchup, though. Still a dangerous matchup. Harris should be back. Anyways, we can get to that.
Yeah.
But they have the potential to finish 5-1, or if things don't go well, they could finish 3-3 in the middle of the pack. Mm-hmm. So you know, two tough matchups coming up for them. But yeah, 3-1. They're sitting good.
Sitting pretty. All right. Next game we have Flag Theft Auto versus Kraken. This was FCA is showing some signs of like some dominance now. They're showing some dominant performances. Bruce is getting comfortable.
Yeah.
What I said about Bruce is this is what I said about Bruce. I said on Team LOZ, the reason why it didn't work out is because Bruce needs a team around Bruce. Mm-hmm. Bruce is the main guy. Everyone wants to surround Bruce and be an asset for Bruce, be an asset. You can't be having no Seth and Isaacs on one side and Bruce on one side. It will not work out. That's not going to work out. But now his teams are surrounded around Bruce. It's a Bruce show.
Yeah.
But you have guys like Lonnie. You have guys like
Khalid.
Khaled's making plays.
Jordan.
I mean, it's the exact same team he drafts at Dart.
Huh? This is a Dart team. This is one of his Dart teams.
He has an MO. Everybody at Dart knows it. Like he likes a line-centric team. Guys with no fuss who listen. You know, and LOZ had a lot of personalities.
Yeah.
So he'd rather just go with the quiet guys and not so quiet, but like Khalid, he's a team player. Patrick listens.
Yeah.
When he's not throwing hands. But
hopefully he watches that. Hopefully he watches podcast.
Marcus is quiet. Dylan, he was a good pickup. So, and you got Lonnie. Who's probably won best sportsmanship 3 years running. So
yeah,
and they have LeBron James, number 9. What's his real name? MP.
Marcus Bennett.
Marcus Bennett, man.
Yeah,
Michael B. Jordan, man. He's a big. Is he top build guy in the game in this league? You think like build wise, like is he the most jacked guy we have in the league?
I
mean, we don't have many jack guys. In the league. We don't have many jack guys in the league.
I mean, I think
Loki Hamza's up there. On my team, Hamza's he's a sleeper build. But he's jacked arm wise.
Yeah.
What are we doing? I mean, I don't know. The only guy who takes his shirt off at DMFL is Austin, bro. You'll always find that guy.
Austin has his shirt off? Yeah, it's always Isaac, man. Always Isaac. Isaac always shirts off.
Yeah.
Isaac and Austin, most of the time.
Is Isaac Isaac, is he built though?
The 2 white guys.
Is he built? Isaac?
No comment. No comment, bro.
All right, back to the game. So Kraken was struggling, and they put in a guy named Frazier got. I won't say he got benched, but he went down to as a receiver. Yeah, Joseph Davis. He ran for what did he run for? 60 yards rushing.
He throws a good ball too.
2 touchdowns rushing on the ground.
Yeah,
like he changed the game right away. Yeah, and that just shows you quarterback is so important. Like the teams, like they can make it like back to the FNF game. I mean, back to the per rank game. Sammy came for like 5 seconds, and they started doing stuff. right away. It just QB plays everything. Obviously FTA was too much though. It was just too much to handle. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just right now. I'm like looking forward to the playoffs. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking like, where are they gonna fall in the playoff seeds? Who are they gonna play? Because that's a dangerous matchup. Because they're trending up, and you can see the confidence growing. You can see themselves. You can see how the team's working together. And I would not want to face them in the first round.
FTA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, they had F&F on the ropes. Remember that? I think that was week 2.
There,
week one.
Week 1?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys know how to play flag. So I think that's one thing that I've noticed about Bruce's game. His progression is that he stopped playing like football and rather started playing flag, which is, in its own right an entirely different sport. So they play good defense, and I think Khalid is the most. He did win underrated. Did he? A dart? He won the most underrated player?
Yeah, I think he won underrated. He won underrated.
Again, just an underrated player, man.
Is he though?
He is.
I mean, he gets all the love though. Like
he gets the love, and that's deserved. But
he's still not drafted like first 3 or 4 rounds.
Isaac?
Huh? Khalid.
Oh, you're talking about Khalid.
Yeah, even Khalid. Yeah.
You're talking about Isaac though.
No.
He's talking about Khalid.
Oh, shoot.
And even then, like, I look at the highlights, and guys aren't really committing to blocking him. Like, they look at his size, and he's not. But like, you can see him like using like different techniques and mix-ups to get to the quarterback, and he's got swift hands. Like, it's up there with EJ. So he breaks down, he puts his hands up for the block, and if it's not there, he just goes straight down and pulls that flag. So you can tell that he's a natural on this.
Yeah.
All right. 12 p.m. Chaos versus Muslimin.
Fireworks.
What a game.
Fireworks.
What a game. I just gotta say that, while I was playing that game, what I felt was I was playing Seattle away team. I was away as hell.
Yeah.
I was not home.
Yeah.
I was still in Kansas City this game.
Yeah.
I was still in Kansas City. The whole sideline, Javed and everybody. You go, hey, Monkey! Hey, Monkey! Most glazed I've ever heard in my life. Most glazed and everything.
Yeah.
The whole game was glazed, but
you were definitely in enemy territory.
I was not. Yeah, I felt like unsafe too. Yeah. I felt like unsafe. I might get jumped for the game or something. I think I felt that, and my team felt that as well. So the first drive we just drove down, took care of business, quick 7-0. Like that was my fastest 7-0 ever. But like the way the game was going, I thought, man, it might be a blowout. I was feeling like blowout territory, but then Bucky drives down, nice little drive, cutesy little little middle stuff is Mucky's bread and butter right now. But it kind of works because like you have to guard Isaac. Isaac was causing havoc for us because we were having Isaac on the island a little bit. He was cooking up. I mean, Isaac every game was getting like 8 to 7 catches a game for like almost 100 and probably a tutty. And then he had that one hand back pylon end zone touchdown. It was so close in the cameras. Even our camera view didn't really get a good.
I thought maybe his left foot was out. But I really couldn't tell.
It's because the hashes are like you can't see it. Like if it was the other side of the field, you would see it clear. Like here's the white solid line.
Yeah, but when you make a catch like that, you just got to give it to him.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just it's a classic Isaac catch. He was doing that in Carrollton too. Remember, like there was a few games. Was that an out? No, that wasn't an out and up, was it?
It was.
It wasn't out and up.
Little,
he loves. He does because he was doing that in Carrollton too with Mucky. So
and that's Mucky's go-to. That's his go-to play. Yeah. Anybody will just do the chair and then turn and.
Yeah, but he put it right on the money there. Yeah. So that was a great catch.
Yeah.
So does the drama start there?
No,
like,
no,
when
no.
does it get like when does Fred start crashing out? When does Bobby start crashing out? When does
Why mention all my players? Because
like
you have to mention the person that started it all.
He's so quiet. I don't see it. Huh?
Prov?
Yeah, I just don't see it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I guess about Prov, I didn't know he's a crash out. I didn't know he could do that. I didn't know Prov could be that.
But was it happening before the drop?
I would have labeled him
no.
right away. I mean, you got to think this. They're a young team, a lot of young guys,
and this is Prov's first time in DMFL
it's
too.
Hot. You're talking about right at
the 12 o'clock game.
It's hot. Yeah,
we've played in that. It gets hot quick.
Yeah.
So, and then you have a guy like Prov. I mean, unfortunately, he had that drop on 4th down. What that does, guys are yelling at each other. Apparently, they had a lot of Zoom calls.
The false starts.
accountability.
The false starts contributed to
just shooting yourself in the foot. The mucky way.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mucky. I had to go. But it messes up with the psyche of a player, especially when the heat's getting to you. So just one little push can turn into a shove, and it snowballs from there.
So are you saying that Prav was the culprit?
Okay.
Are you saying that he started it?
This is what I'm saying. So after they scored, we go down and I do the biggest sells you can do.
You threw like 2 picks in the first half.
I was their best player in the first half.
By the way, are you guys keeping stats on picks?
Yeah.
Okay,
we are keeping track of picks. But I'm saying, like, if I go down and score, like, my drive, I was in the red zone twice.
Yeah.
And then I threw 2 picks. So it could have been 21, like, 6 halftime, low key.
Yeah.
But instead, it's like, they go down and score, actually. Mm-hmm. But then I do that bomb before the half.
That's right. They're up 13-6.
They're up 13-6, and with, like, 30 seconds to go in the half.
And
was that a design play to Hamza?
Design.
Crazy.
I told Hamza, I was like...
You know what I've noticed? You're forcing him into the game plan a little bit.
Yeah, I'm grabbing him. I'm saying, here, you're in your big spot. Like, do your job. Like, he hasn't played no coverage his whole like life, I would say. Mm-hmm. And then I put him in Wolf Stars game. I think he did pretty well, but he got attacked a little bit. And then
I was a little upset by that play too. I mean,
the bomb?
No, he caught the bomb, but like I didn't see much of an effort from Chaos pulling his flag afterwards. It's almost like they were kind of in shock that it happened.
Yeah, because he was double covered. He was sandwiched
I would
between
say
2 guys.
it was 1-on-1 him and Prav. He got Prav. He outran Prav. Hamza's fast.
It was covered too.
And then Daniel ran.
Yeah,
Daniel
was underneath. Daniel played safety. Prav, backed up, but I mean, the ball was in that sweet spot right between that corner and that safety. Mm-hmm. Daniel overshot it. Prav probably shouldn't have been there in the first place, but you still had a shot at pulling that flag. But
Yeah, and then I would say
that
after
huge for you.
Yeah, after that score, we get the lead back on the conversion to Uli, and then like it's like all that work they just did to the whole lead and all that drama's gone.
Yeah.
And then the second half was just a sell job. Mm-hmm. It was one of those sell jobs I've ever seen, like because they got ball for a second half, and they go down and score.
So they could have been up 13-7 with the ball coming out of the half.
Yes.
I know the score was like 33-12. 33-12. It didn't feel like it though. Like I feel like it got quickly out of hand, and if Mucky went into that half with all the momentum and that that deep ball didn't go through, Mucky drives down the field, and now we're talking about a whole different game, completely different story. And I see the other team crashing out more. You got more, so
I'm not gonna lie. This game, like. So when I was doing my slug in the first half, I felt my team was like the crashing that was forming, like it was getting big. Mm-hmm. Like I was like, guys, calm down. Like they just scored, but it's okay. Like calm the hell down.
Were you like calm down, or were you like calm down?
Like with the clap, with the clap.
Calm down.
Hey, if I'm clapping, I'm mad. Yeah. If I'm clapping, I'm getting like pissed.
So you were mad at Moise last week. Clapping in his face.
I mean, I wouldn't say I was mad at him. I would just say like there's times where like he has to just like everyone got to trust the process, man.
Okay, but was the play designed to go in the middle, or were you you know which play I'm talking about? Like the one where you on third down where you overcooked it, the little lob.
Yeah.
Was that supposed? Did you call an audible?
Well, I wasn't expecting the guy to run that route because I thought he was going to stay at put. Mm-hmm. But then when he came, he was wide open. So it was just that wasn't design play at all. The design was not that. It just that's kind of what happened. But
because then you had to convert on the fourth down, and that was a critical fourth down.
Oh, you're saying on the someone that crash out with the crash out.
Yeah, the crash out
on my team.
Yeah, on your team.
Oh, okay.
On third down when you lobbed it over.
So yeah, that was design play. I had Matt. I told Matt to go against Gronk. Mm-hmm. You know who Gronk is? Jay's Gronk. Okay. Like we call him Gronk because he's like white boy is kind of big and he's kind of he catches the ball.
Is he jacked?
He's not jacked. Actually, no, he's not. He's not. But I know I told Mac to go for a kill shot on Jay, but Jay's playing 20 yards off, so it didn't work out. But I was very confident on 4th and 3 to get this first down. I was not in no fear of this. Like, so everyone's like, "Let's go get the first down, man! They're going crazy. I'm like, calm down. It's 3 yards.
Yeah.
It's 3 yards, man. Like, relax.
Yeah.
If I can't get the first down here, then like, it's on me then,
Yeah.
So like, people crash out, man. We just gotta like. Just calm down, man.
Yeah.
It's 3 yards.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah.
On Thursday, it was 3 yards too.
Right hey. I wasn't quarterback there. Was I quarterback?
Huh?
Was I quarterback on Thursday?
No, you were not quarterback.
Exactly. I was doing my receiver dude with the broken back, but it was. Anyways, Yeah, man. So my team, we had a little crash up. Like we had Bobby was getting a little pissed.
Yeah.
And Moise is he'll crash out here and there. But I feel like when me and Moise got into it, it was low-key like it was kind of like a positive interaction because we were like yelling at each other and stuff, but it wasn't toxic. Like it wasn't the point where like he like lost his marbles. It was kind of just like I was letting I was pissed off a little bit too. He was letting some off. And we kept it going, kept it chugging. After the game, we didn't even discuss it. So it was a very positive,
oh yeah, for sure.
It wasn't one of those ones where it's like negative and we're talking,
It's just competitiveness.
Yeah.
Everyone just wants to win.
Yeah. But I would say Prav and Fred. So Fred, look, listen, guys. Fred is the like nicest human being
So nice.
you can meet. He's
So nice.
he's competitive on the field. Like he's a dog on the field, but he's not like he does not talk.
Yeah.
So when I saw Fred talking, I knew Prav did something, and I think it was to like. A little bit of like a knee or something, or like a shove.
It was a little bit of
like an elbow.
And I think you saw the play happen. It was just a little bit of extracurricular activity after.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was harmful.
But like Fred has a little knee injury because of like he had a little bit of injury because of that play, which pissed him off. So when you're getting hurt and things like that, like it's not really like necessary. With the play, it's a little extra. So when Fred was mad, and which was valid, but I would say that the Bobby one, I'm not sure what Prof said. I'm not sure what he said, but Bobby like kind of lost his marbles a little bit. Because the thing is, we actually scored on that play, right? Was that the long touchdown? Like it happened after the.
No, this was like towards the end of the game, when Bobby was crashing.
Yeah.
Right when he was like doing this thing with the dirt. Right.
What was that?
He did it like 6 times.
What was he doing with dirt?
Like eat dirt or something like that, or what was he saying?
He was picking up the pellets.
Yeah.
Oh no! I think what he was saying was because Prob was saying a lot of things. He was saying things like to our team, like I think him and Malik were getting into it. Him and Malik. So Prob was saying to him, "You haven't done anything all day." Like he was using that as like your team is losing, but you're talking about individual what he's done stats wise. So then Bobby was saying, I think that's when Bobby started getting into it as well. So on one play when Bobby scored, he juked back and Prob kind of fell, like fell, like
no,
it was he did, and he fell on the ground face like he dove, right? So I think he's talking about that. He's talking about how you ate dirt, whatever. I mean, it did happen though, so you can use that. If a guy's talking about his teammates saying you haven't done anything, he'll ask about like what have you done? And I think Prob getting all like fighting and crashing out ruined his game too, though. I feel like that drop was just like the epitome of chaos that day. Like
no, that wasn't the worst part of the chaos that day.
No. I'm saying
Post-game was
there's
the worst
more.
part of that.
There's more. But I'm saying he was so like getting mad and screaming at everybody. But then you have it's only 20-13. Mucky throws you a ball that's on 4th down. You catch his ball. There's low-key nobody there. And
those are the hardest ones.
And
though,
I was crashing out.
In your head.
Like when the ball was in the air, I'm crashing out. I'm like, why is there no one there?
Yeah, I saw
like
you.
there's no linebacker.
Afterwards, even though he dropped it.
Yeah, so
I was still
dropped it,
screaming.
You were still like,
I was still screaming because I was also mad at our rushers. Come like, how is Mucky juking anybody right now? Like Mucky did a little. I'm like, this dude is juking you. More time we shouldn't have. Throws a ball. Probably just sitting there, and my corner's not there. My linebacker, no one's there, and he dropped it. I was like, I was mad still, but also happy because now we had the ball again, and that's like it's GG's. Like I felt that was GG's because it's chaos.
Yeah,
it's LOZ. They're still in them. It's still in their like
DNA.
It's still there. Like this year's been kind of good, but like they're still LOZ. And then we go down and score for the kill shot. Bobby back corner kill shot. Now it's 27-13.
Yeah. And
then Mucky's doing prayers. Matt gets pick, and then we go down and score again. And then man on man, post game.
Yeah.
Post game. That's caught on camera too.
Yikes. Yeah.
When camera catches you, you know you're doing too much.
Yeah.
When because when you and Dan were going at it, camera didn't catch it because it was kind of low key. This was not low key. This was everyone's watching this one. And Nonzo's going like crazy. Nonzo has that passion, but I feel like Mucky's the captain. Mucky needs to get that huddle controlled. Mucky needs to like control that huddle. I feel like that it cannot be Nonzo. Kind of like my team. Like we lost the game and someone's like screaming like that. I'm not allowing that. I'm not allowing that. I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm gonna allow a crash like that.
I wouldn't say that much. I mean, Mucky knows his role, and
what is that?
He's more of that.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, he's quiet and he passes on the passion to someone who's more suitable for it. And you know
Jason
Monkey
Kidd?
was happy that when I played with him, he was always like, you need to be the guy who holds everybody else accountable. So, I mean, I think Lonzo's that person for him, that kind of that fire of that team. Now, I mean, was it warranted? I don't know. I don't know what they planned for. I don't know all the time and effort they put in throughout the week. I don't know what they expected out of this game. It sounds like they expected to win in a blowout, you know?
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, a lot of miscues from their end, you know? So, I feel like if they fix those, they feel like they have a shot against anyone, which they do, you know? Let's be real. Chaos surprised a lot of us this year. So,
Yeah.
this
They have the
is
talent.
chance.
They have the talent.
They do.
Just got to put it all together.
I mean, the only shocking game to me was GSOT, like, getting beat down that. Like,
I mean, he
they-
was up against Titans, barely lost against them.
Hmm.
I feel like their only bad game so far was this one, where they just didn't.
Tail two halves.
Yeah,
tail
yeah,
two halves.
It
yeah.
was. It really was.
They didn't
And-
score at all second half. It was total.
And I can't stress enough how important like mental fortitude is to sports. Like, I understand that you just gave up a crazy touchdown before the half, but you still had the momentum before that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got the ball coming out. All right, game plan for that, and then, you know, try to get back to that same level of energy that you had in the first half. But, you know, you got young kids, and they'll learn. You know, that they'll get better as
I mean, they'll get better, but like time's ticking, man. We need some rings. We got to win some championships, and like, you know what I mean. I feel like you can't be young your whole life.
Yeah.
You got to start being great sometimes, and they second half they weren't. So
Yeah.
DMFL rankings after week 4. Here we go. Number 10, Purple Rain. You know, guys, you're 0-4 with a negative, a lot point differential, man. Like, you just got to get a W. Good luck. And number 9, Kraken. You know, they're competing. They're still playing hard, but guys, you're not winning games, you know? So you're 1-3 right now. Hopefully you do better next game. We have at number 8, GSOT. You know, y'all played pretty well without Harris and without your quarterbacks, but Dan played pretty well. But guys, you still lost the game. 1-3 right now. You need a dub now, and we'll see what happens. Right now, you're number 8. Next, we have at number 7, Chaos. Man, tale of two halves. From a first half of a top 5 team, second half, number 7 team, bottom 5 team. You know, you just fell apart. You know, and just a big loss to Muslimin, and that's why you're at number 7 right now. But you know, it's still, you have 2 weeks left to change that. And number 6, Flag Theft Auto. You know, they're 2-2. They've beaten both free agent teams. They haven't beaten a real team yet, so they have a chance this week to make something happen. It's a big week for them. We'll see what happens for them. And number 5, Muslimin. Big W against Chaos. A great second half. They exploded with 33 points against a really good team. We'll see how far they can go. They have some really tough teams they're playing against the next 2 weeks, so we'll see what they're about. And number 4, the Wolf Stars. They had no quarterback, no Shuja. They did lose pretty bad to Dart, 24-6, and that's pretty tough. But they played a top team, so without their quarterback, it was okay. Number 3, the Titans. Number 3, they're rolling right now. They're 3-1, looking really sharp. The only loss this year was to FNF, one of the best teams in the league. So this team right here is here for that championship, and we'll see if they can get it. And number 2, FNF. Why are they here? You know, FNF still looking really sharp, 3-1. It's not really about why they're here. It's about the number 1 team, and that Dart team is why they're at number 2 right now. Number 1, it's Dart Sports. Why are they at number 1? Is because they took down Wolf Stars 24-6. Look really sharp. FNF lost to Wolf Stars. That's why they're here. But guess what, guys? 1 and 2 are going to be playing here in 2 weeks. So we're going to see who is the top team in the league coming real soon. See you guys back in the studio.
All right. New segment this week. We have a stats update post 4 weeks. I know everyone's been like grinding out these stats, and we've added yardage. So that's kind of the new thing we added this year. It's a lot harder to track. yardage. It's very tricky. Sometimes we have to watch the film back and just like 15, like
it's so tedious.
It's tedious as heck, man.
What poor soul is responsible for that?
That's my job.
That's
That's my job. Because I know, like, after the game, like, we have a stats team that tracks it, but it's very hard to do yardage live. Like, things are happening. Like, imagine you see a play.
No, you can't do it live.
Like, imagine you see a play and it's like, oh my god, next play happening. You move on.
You need
now.
a whole team.
Yeah, exactly. So, here's the update.
Okay.
Passing yards. Ariel, number 1.
Sounds about right.
818 yards.
Okay.
Followed by.
So hold on, 818 yards. So he's averaging about 204.5 yards a game.
Damn,
Solid.
Relax.
Huh?
Doing
Yeah, chill. All right.
All right, next we have Hazm Tariq,
Okay.
707.
All right. I'm not gonna attempt that one.
Next we have Mustafa Makki, 684.
Okay.
Followed by Papia Kashmiri at 638.
Okay.
And then we have Bruce at 629.
Mm.
Now, Bruce has a lot of rushing yards as well.
Hold on. You said what was Paps?
638.
Okay. All right. So they're basically tied.
Yeah. And then we have some guys like, Shuja missed a game, Harsh missed a game, and Armand missed a game.
Yeah.
So they're totally not in the running anymore.
Yeah.
Follow that. So passing touchdowns. First place, Hazem has 14. Followed by Ariel and Pap with 13. Mucky at 11. And Bruce actually has 12. Bruce has 12 touchdowns. So he actually is Mucky's last in the top 5 of that one.
Wait, does this include rushing and passing?
No, it's just passing.
passing.
Now, rushing touchdowns, Bruce has 4. So Bruce is at the most. He has 16 total touchdowns. Ariel has 2 rushing, and I have 1 rushing.
All right. So Ariel has 2 rushing. So he has 15 total touchdowns.
15 total.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow.
Bruce
so,
has 12 plus 4, 16 total touchdowns.
Okay.
I have 1, so I have 14 plus 15 total touchdowns.
And Pap and Monkey don't have any rushing touchdowns.
They don't run.
Okay.
They don't move.
Well, I have to say it like that. I have to say it like that. Like with a straight face too.
I'm joking. I mean, Pap did move though. Pap used to move. He used to
Yeah.
actually run a lot. Actually,
Yeah.
pretty good. So receiving touchdowns, we have Hassan Mahmoud with
Sounds
6.
about right. Yep.
Muiz Ali with 5. He's been sleeping, man. No one's talking about Muiz Ali. He has 5 from Titans.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your guy. Like, you're the Moise and Ali. I was like, why are you combining?
No.
So Muiz Ali.
Muiz Ali.
All right,
Muiz Ali.
he's a Titans guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marosh has 4. Arsh on Titans has 4.
Oh wow, so Titans has 2 in the
2 guys
in
in
the top 4.
Yeah. And then Isaac has 4 and Khalid has 4.
Oh okay. Oh damn, call it 2-way.
Yeah. Catches, we have Hassan Mahmoud 25 catches.
Okay.
Iman FNF 17 catches.
They're 1 and 2.
Yes.
So the top, so FNF has the top 2 for catches.
And 3.
And
Salah 15.
and 3.
No. Sorry. 3 is Rahil 16.
Okay. All right.
Salah is at 4
All right.
with 15.
So they got 3 in the top 4.
Yeah, and then Fred has 14 catches. Nonzo actually has 14 catches as well.
Oh, okay.
So we forgot to track receiving yards. We'll do that next week. We haven't checked that one yet. And sacks wise, we have Nonzo with 6, Khalid with 6.
Talking about
Sacks.
Sacks. Okay.
Ali from my team got 4. EJ has 3. That's sack count right now.
I mean, sacks I guess are hard to come by.
Yeah.
I mean, so 6, and then 4-3.
4-3. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a lot of guys with like 1 and 2, but they're not in the top, like the top.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, now we're at the home stretch, so I mean, at this point, it's basically a 2-horse race for sacks.
Yeah. Khalid, Nonzo. Yeah.
I mean, Ali would have to have like a 3-sack game to get in the mix.
Yeah. Interceptions right now we have Taha from FNF with 3.
Okay.
Aman with 3 from Dart.
2 of those happened in a 15-second span.
Yeah, that was actually crazy.
Yeah.
And then there's like 10 guys with 2. Like I have 2, Bruce has 2, Isaac has 2. There's a billion guys with 2s.
Oh, okay.
So right now it's just like 3 is the only one that's like
Yeah, so that's still up for grabs.
up for grabs.
No pun
yeah.
intended.
There's 2 weeks left. So we'll see.
That was off the dome.
We'll see who will. Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not sure why it's so surprising to see FNF have 3 guys, and they play such a fast-paced game, which is why I feel like that Week 6 Dart versus FNF is going to be so polarizing in a way because we play a very slow game. That's why you see P with a lot less yardage compared to everybody else. I think we get like 4 drives a game, maybe that. So
would it be like?
So one thing-
would it be like the Rams, the greatest show on turf? You know what I mean?
Against Tennessee.
Against sort of like Tennessee or like New England. They played against New England in the playoffs. Remember, wasn't that first one, right?
Yeah.
Or that was New England's first one. That was their second one.
Yeah, I think it was Mark Bulger.
Huh?
Was it Mark Bulger? I don't know who it was, but I wouldn't call Papilla a game manager by any means.
Right.
I think
But that's sort of the style that we're playing. Or just a function of the way that
to kind of ease. Listen, the guy tore his ACL,
Yeah.
so to kind of ease him back into the game, he hasn't touched the ball at all. So
Yeah, I would say besides
we're
that,
throwing him to the wolves basically.
besides the FTA game, he hasn't thrown like a lot of deep passes.
I like the way that he played this game. Again, Wolf Stars rushed 3, and he took advantage of that by trying to pick apart the middle. You can hear their defense say like, "Damn, like they keep tearing us up on one single play," and that's because we ran that play multiple times because it attacks that middle and rushing. When 3 guys are rushing, so I wouldn't call P a manager by any means. 600 is still a modest number, and I think he should be proud of that. Coming off of that.
Yeah.
That injury.
Okay, so I have an update for receiving yards. Number 1 receiving yards is Hassan Mahmoud with 288,
Okay.
followed by Fred from Muslimin with 218.
Okay.
Next, we have the highest we have is actually a tie for 2 people with Marosh has 169 and Rahul also with same number 169.
Who?
Rahul
Right. Okay.
on Titans.
These are
receiving
so far,
yards
Receiving yards so far.
through week 4.
Damn, why did I expect a lot?
Oh,
more?
actually, Isaac is actually
For you?
third.
No.
Isaac actually is at 175,
Oh,
so
okay.
he's at 3rd place.
Okay.
And no one else. I mean, Dan has 141 after 4 weeks,
Mhm.
and Obey has 125.
Hmm.
Oh wait, yeah, that's pretty much it. We have a lot of guys who are in that 160, 70 range
But
right now.
but back to my question, like, what is an example of an NFL team where you have 2 receivers who are among the highest in the league in receptions on the same team? Like, I'm trying to think about like when does that ever happen?
You're saying like for what, FNF?
No, I'm just like in the NFL. Like, when does that ever happen?
I would say 2013 Broncos. They had Demaryius Thomas, Eric Decker. They had what's his name, Wes Welker.
That's the one I'm.
Wes Welker.
Huh?
They had 3 guys who were like in the top 5 categories.
Yeah,
Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt.
they're both right around 100, right? One of them was over 100, weren't they?
Or Jamar Chase, T Higgins. Like
Oh yeah.
we have some guys who
Yeah.
from the same team who are cooking.
Mhm.
But yeah, FNF right now they're leading a lot of like the stats categories because like the way they play is just so like
Quick.
Yeah.
it's
just
everyone's
boom,
getting
boom.
catches, man.
Mhm.
Iman got 17 catches, not for a lot of yards, but 17 catches because he's just getting those like those
Yeah,
quickies, man.
Yeah, a lot of improv. They take what the defense gives them. Honestly, the play it's pretty cool to see how they play. Is that the play for FNF starts at the line of scrimmage before pre-snap. Like you can see exactly where they want to go, before the play even starts. So a lot of that does result in dump offs. Those quick passes. But hey, man, it's free money, so why not take it?
Yeah.
All right, predictions. We have Purple Rain versus Chaos, 8 in the morning. Chaos, I see them bouncing back here. Nice little dub. They're 2-2 right now. But yeah, back to the game. I have Chaos win this game. I would say this is probably gonna be a beatdown, but not too much. I would say probably like a 38 to like 12 game.
No, I honestly think that Purple Rain is going to make it a lot closer. No, you're wrong. No, I think this might be a trap game.
You think so?
Yeah. No, I think Purple Rain. I'm not picking them, but I think that it's going to come down to the final drive. That I think either Chaos will put it away in the final drive, or they'll win on the final drive.
Wow.
But I think it's going to be a pretty close game.
Wow.
I think Purple Rain. Yeah, I think they're going to figure it out, and they have a lot of talent. So yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty close game. I think the differential, I think the PD is not going to be more than 6 points.
Wow. And Saul's gonna come back and hurt, so Saul will be there.
Mhm.
Saul's gonna be there, so we'll see.
I mean, I think they might have lost Abdurrahman. I think he was a nice, easy target for Sahil, but I don't think it will be a beatdown. I think Chaos takes this, but not by much. Not by much. I think they got to get their head back in the game. You know, kind of refine their emotions a little bit, and then kind of channel that into scoring touchdowns again.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a high scoring offense. Let's be real. So, and Purple Rain has some glaring holes in their defense.
Yeah.
You know, so I think they'll get punished for that this week. So.
All right. 9 a.m. game, we have Titans versus GSOT.
Yeah. So one of the marquee matchups of the week. I think this is going to be. You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right. I mean, I think GSOT wins this game.
Good God.
Yes, I think GSOT wins this game. Yeah, they're due. And I think they're going to pull out the upset. And it's going to make things super interesting in the standings. So that'll put them at
2 and 3.
At 2 and 3, yeah. And then going into the final week with an easier opponent. Not a gimme either, but I mean, I think Horace is going to be back. I think they're going to be super motivated. Titans, hopefully they're not complacent after the last win. But yeah, I got GSOT in an upset. Not by a lot, but I got them winning by maybe about 3 or 4 points.
Yeah, I would say that I feel like their team is very desperate right now for a W. They're very desperate.
Yes.
They're 1 and 3. They don't want to go 1 and 4. I mean, this is because if you go 1 and 4, your last game of the season against Kraken will probably decide if you're in the playoffs or not. That'll decide if you make it to the playoffs. If you lose that game, you're a 9th seed.
Yeah.
And you'll be in Cancun.
But I mean, they're 1 and 3, so if you don't have that mindset already,
but I'm saying you want to avoid a matchup where it's do or die. You want to be in the playoffs. Everyone wants to be in the playoffs, right? So, I feel like they're gonna play very risky and desperate, but I feel like it's not enough. Yeah. It won't be enough. I think Titans are gonna just score more points. That's football. Score more than your opponent. And I feel like GS hasn't showed a game yet where they can score a lot of points. We haven't seen it yet. Yeah. I want to see it. We haven't.
If they're waiting till now to flip the switch, then I don't know what's going on over there. But I think Titans takes this easy. Easy.
Oh, wow.
Because the one thing I've noticed is that GSOT is not good against the spread offense. And I think that if there's one thing that Titans do really well systematically is play that spread.
Yeah.
And trust me, it mitigates the rush. Because, GSOT relies on that rush. I think it mitigates those quick balls. And I think GSOT, they don't have the guys that will rally to that ball quick. I'm talking about crowd control, swarming to the ball. I don't think they have that sort of mentality on defense. I think there's 1 or 2 guys that do it really well, EJ, Dan, but yeah, it's going to take a little bit more than that too.
Yeah, I'm also worried for GSOT because I'm hearing rumors that FaZe? FaZe, he might be coming back this week. So I won't want to play a full Titans roster. If I was Dan, hopefully he doesn't. He hasn't played 1 game so far. He's probably one of their top receivers. Between him and Rajo and Muiz, these are top guys, and the one guy hasn't been there. So if he comes, it might get bad. But I would still say because of the desperation they're gonna play with, they're gonna be fighting hard, diving for flags.
Oh, for sure.
They're gonna fight hard for this game. So I'm gonna say Titans win it by 1 score.
No way do I say that GSOT is laying down. They're gonna play hard. Every week, but they gotta switch some things up. Something.
I think we'll see I think we'll see big performances from Ife and EJ.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they took what they learned from last week and applied that and put Harris as QB to run that offense.
So Dan at quarterback 1?
No. I think it still needs to be Harris because again, it comes back to that Obey Shuja thing where if you have Dan at QB, you lose him as your number 1 wideout and a threat. More importantly, I don't know why, but he sat out on defense.
Who did?
Dan.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, so he sat on defense, and that moved EJ from the rush to middle to safety. Where I feel like his home is in that rush. Hence why the 3 sacks this year, I saw it a lot. this year where EJ's not rushing. He's playing middle, playing to compensate for that coverage in that middle of the field. So yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. So I have a 26-20 for Titans
Yeah,
to go 4-1.
30-12.
Oh my!
I got like 24-20 GSOT.
Wow. Okay.
And then right after that, another marquee matchup.
Yep. It's time for the
annual game.
The annual Haslam versus Wolfpack. You know, my team always plays
FNF.
Oh yeah, FNF.
Family and friends.
Crazy matchup. You know, like I feel like this is gonna be a nice little game for me to kind of see where we're at again. I mean, we played Wolf Stars pretty hard. And I think last week we started to show flashes of a good offense. We started showing signs of like we can be kind of explosive out here. We can score points as well.
Yeah.
FNF, their style hasn't really changed. You know, they've been playing the same way each week. It's been winning. It's been doing good for them, like that same style. You know, so it's gonna be a good game. What do you guys think though? Because you know I'm gonna say we're gonna win. So.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, what's the recipe for success?
Okay.
I mean, I feel like I have one for you guys.
Yeah.
Basically for any team, but like I think it's gonna come down to pulling flags because you're gonna have Hassan, running those slant routes.
Yeah.
Taha running the go routes.
Yeah.
But on those slant routes, if you don't pull that flag, right? Meep, he's gone.
Yeah.
So you gotta pull those flags.
For sure.
So you gotta put Fred's got to be everywhere basically because he's your best flag puller, wouldn't you say? Bobby's a good flag puller too, but Fred is elite.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss.
Those two are really good for sure. I would say if we let Hassan run free, we're gonna lose the game.
Yeah.
We can't let Hassan get. It's kind of like really fast players, like a Tyreek Hill, right? Like I'm not saying he's that fast. I'm just saying like guys who are like that fast, you can't let them get going. You can't let them get like start moving because when they start moving, it's like me too. If I'm running at you, it's probably GG's.
Yeah.
But if I'm still like in the backfield, I'm still not running yet, you have a chance to stop me. Same way like Hassan. When Hassan gets the ball and that first guy misses, it's like scary now.
Yes.
Now it's in scary territory.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, we're gonna try to limit Hassan. Taha hasn't gotten the ball that much, but Taha's still a jump ball threat. Anywhere. But yeah, Ibi, what do you think? What do you think wins this game?
I think this game comes down to aerial versus a rush. Honestly, I don't think no other quarterback in DMFL punishes you more for a missed flag than Ariel does. Because you can see that his eyes are still continuously down the field. He's not looking to run unless he absolutely needs to. Like for some reason he takes a lot of sacks, but his eyes are still downfield, which is a good mechanic, So, and there's only as a corner, especially in coverage, there's only so much you can guard when the receiver runs 3 routes on you, which FNF does. Like they improv a lot throughout the play. So if Moise and Ali and Hamza can't get there, man, it's gonna be tough.
It might get bad, yeah.
And some of the guys on your team haven't really seen the pace that FNF plays at. Malik, Bobby, these types of guys. I mean, I know they're used to that the 5-man leagues, but like it's different. So I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. Actually, I think it's gonna be a defensive battle, gritty game. And it's going to come down to the rush. And I actually have Muslim Mean winning this game.
Oh, wow.
I think Fred is due for a big game. And I always think that the offense should flow from you into Fred. It really should. Like, that guy can... I think you see some flashes throughout the year, but I think Fred does a really good job of slowing the game down, pacing himself, pacing the offense, and just finding those open spots. I hate when he goes super wide out because you can't see him sometimes. I think he needs to be playing really, really close to you. I think
like snapper,
not even snap. If it's
just
not
slot.
snap, then slot.
Or block and release.
You just need him there. Like he can tire out a defense. So I think he's due for a big game. I really can't say a score. I just know it's going to be low scoring. And
I mean, look, all the pressure's on them. You guys have nothing to lose. You guys can play free.
Yeah, I don't know about
that.
I mean,
when I say you have nothing to lose, I'm saying like realistically, I mean, you guys are gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, so at this point, it's just about like a little bit of seeding here and there.
Yeah.
But
sure.
FNF has they got more on the line here because if they fall to 4-2 or 3-2,
I disagree. I think they have more on the line here, and I feel like FNF, you can see it like in their mannerisms, asking for more challenges. Is that I don't think they're taking the season too harsh. Like I feel like
They're cruising.
yeah, I feel like they're cruising right now.
Mm.
You know, and I think they're gonna turn it up a gear. So I'm not trying to say like FNF is gonna, listen things better, but I feel like they're not gonna take this game as seriously. Or I don't.
They need this game because if it matters, if Ariel's MVP campaign matters, this game matters, right? Because if they fall to 3-2, their ceiling becomes 4-2. I just don't see how, Ariel wins.
Care.
Huh?
The same way I don't think Pop cares, I don't think Ariel cares. I don't think they care about the seeding. If you're a good team and if you're as good as you think you are, you beat anybody in front of you. So I don't think they care about seeding. But
Yeah, I mean, first season they were 4-2, right?
yeah.
Right? They lost to us and they lose to anybody else?
LOZ.
They lost to
LOZ,
Yeah,
right?
they
So
didn't
4-2.
care.
Last year they were 4-2 again.
They lost to me, and they lost to Free Palestine. They lost to who else? Oh, LZ beat them.
LZ beat them
LZ
again,
beat
right?
them
Yeah,
again,
so they
yeah.
were 4-2.
Yeah.
And they went all the way in both those games. So I get your point. Right?
They cruise until it matters.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna go with Ibby here. I'm picking the upset. I think you guys will win, but I think it'll be a high scoring game. I do not think it'll be a low scoring game. So I think it'll be closer to like 35-30.
Like kind of
I
like,
think just
kind
back
of like last
and
week's
forth,
game,
back
but,
and forth.
But they're scoring.
Huh?
Like last week's game, but like
Yeah.
a team that's still scoring.
Yes. Yes.
I think that like those are my like good friends. Like they're a good team, but I feel like this team, like Wolf Stars and Friends and Family, they're a weaker batch of Wolf Pack. They're a weaker what do you call it, like product. Like they're amazing players, individually, but you took away some key players, and they added a lot of new guys, like young guys that we haven't seen before, like Shahir, like Fahad's new guy in the league. Hassan's been balling out. Like we know what Hassan can do.
They added Hassan. They added
They
Taha.
added some guys.
Added Iman at the star.
Yeah,
It's
they
a
added
very
pieces,
different style.
but it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. And Ariel is different than Iman. Different styles too. Like Ariel's trying to throw the football. Ariel's trying to throw. He's not trying to run. Iman's trying to run. He's trying to get loose. Hip you, dip you.
Question. At this point in the season, say compared to last year, which Great Fight team is more dominant?
This one is.
FNF is more dominant than
This year they're more dominant.
like
than
overall
than they were the last year.
SGV
Yes.
as a
I think FNF
organization?
is more dominant. This 4 games in, FNF is more dominant in season 3 than Wolfpack was in season 2. Wolfpack in season 2 had more chinks in their armor in the regular season. Right? They had lost to LOZ and lost to Free Palestine.
But the way they lost that game was like they struggled a lot. They were struggling to like do anything.
Yeah, but you
which
didn't
was
really
crazy.
see them struggle against Wolf Stars. They lost, but you didn't really see them struggle. They lost 28-27, right? Or something like that.
Crazy game.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was a back and forth game. They were successful offensively. They made that comeback towards the end there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they look better. And I think that they have a lot of firepower this year. Adding Taha Sharif and
they added a bona fide receiver, man. Like Hassan's like a guy that can just go get it for you. Like if you're struggling as a quarterback, just go feed that man. Like you can feed somebody. Before they didn't really have many like. They had Salah, but they didn't have many receivers.
Yeah,
like many guys are just like they were winning just by whatever ways to win. They were doing it. So yeah, I think I would agree with that. I think their FNF is better. They're at a better pace right now than they were last season. Okay, Wolfpack. I think they're kind of breaking down. They're having some friction with stuff was going on in the with the team chemistry wise. But yeah, man, it's gonna be an exciting game.
So what's your prediction?
I say we're gonna win the game, and I think it's gonna be like I kind of agree with both you guys. Like it's gonna be a start of a low scoring battle, but scoring might start to get going. Kind of like what happened with the Chaos game. Like we were struggling in the beginning to score. Actually, no, we were scoring the whole game actually, but then we're gonna get to a point where like we're just. I feel like it's gonna be like a 27-20 type win.
3-0 for Muslimin. The three of us all vote for Muslimin.
Yeah,
It's kind of crazy take, but
I mean,
You need this.
Huh?
You need this game bad. I think it helps your confidence. I think it obviously helps your record, but beating the best team, if anything, like it gives you that much more momentum going into the right time.
Especially going to playoffs. Like let's be real. Like this game doesn't really matter. Like you would say, like who cares? We're going to the playoffs. But if you can't win these kind of games, you're not winning a chip. You will not win that chip. It's not happening. You can say like, oh, it's week 4. Who cares? Week 5 or whatever. But like you can't. You're not going to turn up and all of a sudden become LeBron James. Like, you have to show strides of like you're getting better into the playoffs, and then the playoffs come, and then you just like it keeps rolling. But if you're not showing that in week 5, week 6, like there's no magic ball now. Like it's not gonna just all of a sudden just turn up. I feel like this is a big game for my team, confidence wise. I feel like if we win this game, we're gonna be like, okay, wow, we can beat anybody in this league come playoffs. If we lose this game, it's big too. That's big. And then now we're 2-3, and now we're looking at we're gonna be like a 6, 5, 6, 7 seed, which is not ideal. Then we're gonna play probably a 2 or 3 seed, which is probably gonna be a tough team. So, I mean, the 1 through 4 or 5 right now is looking tough.
Yeah.
So these games matter.
Yeah.
These games matter.
Interesting.
So
I'm just so interested to see how once these games are over for week 5, like what the landscape looks like for week 6.
Yeah.
And what the scenarios are gonna look like.
Let's finish the.
All right, we got Wolf Stars and FTA. All right, another good one.
That's nice.
I mean, you know what I mean? You don't want to miss any of these games.
It's fire. 2, 3, 4 are our next games. 2, 3, and 4 are like gonna be fun.
Yeah. Damn, I could see an upset here. I don't know if I'm gonna call an upset here, but I mean, I could see an upset here. It has the makings of an upset. Let's see. I mean, Shuja's gonna be back.
Is
you
he?
think Josh will be back?
No.
You don't think so? How long? When is his wedding gonna happen, bro? Every week I'm thinking he's gonna be back.
Coming back.
He's gonna come back for the finals.
I guess so. I have no idea what's going on with him. I have zero clue.
All right. Well,
I heard he doesn't want to get hurt for his honeymoon.
Yeah.
So it's wedding plus honeymoon.
Oh, okay.
Then return.
All right. So
yeah, you don't want to get hurt for your honeymoon.
He wanted to avoid
his
ankle.
wife is doing DMFL a favor.
Yeah.
Or at least all the opponents of Wolf Stars. So, anyways, let's get into it. I mean, how do you guys see this game playing out?
I think it's time for FTA to show like they're here. They're here, and I think this is the time. This is time for FTA. They're gonna show everyone like, hey man, like we're not underrated forever.
So what would it take? I mean, it would take a great rush, right?
A great rush
to
neutralize Shuja a little bit,
right? So you got to get him from getting the ball out. Bruce has got to be a menace, at safety.
But like Bruce played it against FNF, he was cooking. He was cooking first half. He was running around, spinning or spinneroo.
I think people underestimate things. Like Bruce cannot do what he's been doing against Wolf Stars. Our game has always been like check down, take what the defense gives you.
Yeah.
Obey that middle takes away all that. That's why you saw Pap take more shots down the field this time around. Bruce needs to take shots down the field.
Yeah.
Lonnie, Dylan, and Marcus, they need to start getting a little bit more vertical.
Yeah.
And do that. Bruce will do what Bruce does. He'll extend those plays to make sure those receivers get down the field, run multiple routes, find those soft spots in the zone. But these checkdowns to Patrick and Khalid,
Not gonna work out. Won't work.
All right, so you got Wolf Stars in a runaway
easily.
We're going back to our regular schedule.
Yeah.
Shoes back there.
Yeah. I don't think I can pull up. I don't think I'm gonna predict a third upset here.
You can't?
No, I don't think so. As much as I want to, I think Wolf Stars will right the ship here.
How bad?
How
bad?
Probably about like 12 points. I'm thinking like 28-16.
Yeah, I would say I can see this game going like a 13-6 FTA win.
Oh, really?
No one can score. 1-1 or one of those.
Oh, you're picking FTA.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Yes,
wow.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Wow.
Listen, man, Shuja, he might miss again. I don't know where this guy's at. He can be in Puerto Rico.
No, he's local. He's back.
You sure?
Yeah,
you seen him? You've made contact?
No, but I've been in contact with him. Yeah, I've been in contact.
He's
with
back
him.
in Dallas.
No, they share locations.
Oh wow, they're like that.
My fine friends. Yeah.
Oh wow, goodness. Okay, so he's back in Dallas.
Yeah,
he'll be at the game.
Yeah, that's what I would expect.
Okay, I still have FTA winning. I just think that Wolf Stars are at a time right now where they're just like they're going playoffs only now. They're done. They're done all these games. They don't mind being a 7 seed, 8 seed, 6 seed. they're gonna coast, put some. I think Obey might rest for his knee, just not play. Like
They need this game.
he might shut it down for playoffs.
Do they need it though? If Hazem's right and they don't care about seeding.
I know, but right now at this point, Wolf Stars are number 7.
Right now, yes.
Yeah,
But the worst that can happen for them is be 8.
Yeah.
They can't go to 9 because they have 2 wins.
There's a big difference playing FNF and Dart versus playing, if they lose to FTA, you can possibly see FTA being, that 3 or that 4th seed or 5th seed. So, I mean, I think however way these results turn out, I think it's the top 3 seeds are already locked in any order. But the next, 5, it's up for grabs for anybody.
Yeah.
And these last 2 weeks, good job on coordinating that. I know
All these 2 and 2 teams, man.
It wasn't random because everything comes down these last 2 weeks.
All these 2 and 2s, yeah.
All right, so what's your prediction?
I have Wolf Stars winning by 3-score margin.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's not-
Like a
Run away.
28-6,
yeah.
28 something. Okay.
Yeah, they're in for a rude awakening. I mean, they've coasted against, they have played Purple Rain and Kraken back to back.
Yeah, nice 2 weeks. Nice 2
Their
weeks.
last
Yeah.
test was us week 2. Yeah. I think
So
I mean, they played y'all
come back
kind
down to
of
earth.
well. I mean, not. I mean,
it was a tale of 2 halves.
14.
No, they were up. They were up 14-0.
Yeah,
They're up 2 touchdowns to 0.
so I'm saying against FNF they're up also 14-0 or 12-0. So I'm saying they're competing with the best teams, but they sell. Then they sell.
Yeah.
So if they can put together, they might,
Yeah.
they put together. So we'll see.
They need.
I don't know.
What was that thing that Bugs Bunny drinks at halftime?
What
In
Bugs Bunny
Space
doing at
Jam?
halftime?
They need some of that, man.
So some of that juice.
Yeah,
some
some
of
of
that-
that juice at halftime because after halftime, then they go straight down.
Yeah.
So, they play a full 2 halves.
What they need is the Moist Crazy speech at halftime.
Oh no, they don't. Trust me, they don't.
Nobody needs that.
No.
Nobody needs that. Relax.
No.
Maybe they need a nonso speech.
Yeah, that might be good
Anytime
actually.
Moise has given a speech, we've always lost the most played game. So no, he's done.
All right.
All right.
Kraken and Dart.
Game 5 Art versus Kraken. This is y'all gonna be a nice little 5-0 team, man. Congratulations.
Will we?
Congratulations.
No,
See y'all for week
hold
6.
Hold on.
See y'all for week 6.
Wait. The way the seedings stand, we might throw this game. Who knows?
Oh, you mean strategically?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see how the first 4 games turn out.
So you might want to throw it for what reason? Like what's the logic?
Interesting. So you have GSLT number 8. You have Kraken number 9.
Oh, yo.
I don't know.
So you want to avoid? Wait. Oh, shoot.
Not avoid, but
No.
more
Oh,
so-
you're saying
more see the-
you might give them the
Yeah.
dub. Say make sure they're in.
Maybe
Who knows?
maybe
Who knows?
Kraken makes it interesting. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll start competing for some to get into the
so
playoffs.
so if Kraken wins, they'll be 2 and 3.
right?
GS will be 1 and 4 if they lose.
Yeah.
Then they play week 6.
To
But
get into the playoffs.
but if there's 3 or more teams that are
Little PD.
2 and 4
2 and
or
4,
1 and
yeah.
4, 1 and 5, whatever, then like
2 and 4. It'll be 2
it'll
and
be
4.
PDF.
Yeah.
So even if GS wins, it'll be like a PDF contest. Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
We're not trying to lose by touchdown. We're trying to lose by 4 touchdowns. What is it, Captain? It's gonna be obvious.
I mean, that sounds cute and all, but I don't see y'all losing this undefeated season. 2007
you never
Patriots,
know,
man. Like,
with Sonny at home, man, you never know. If Sonny will message me,
Yeah, maybe I'll be QB1. We'll see.
nah, hell no. Patriots not. We're not
you will
losing
see
stats.
Sonny this week though.
Like playing.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now we might just sell the game. I'm hearing you might just lose it. We'll have Sonny at quarterback.
Who knows?
There's no way Papia Kashmiri will let Sonny get reps when it matters. He wants to get his stats.
Yeah, but Puppy doesn't run this team.
Oh lordy.
That boy does.
Furkan,
Oh,
Sonny,
forgot.
us hurt.
I can't say boy. My
Furkan.
bad. My bad. Boy should.
Yeah.
That's
hey,
a crazy.
all
Hey,
we're
that's a
saying
crazy strategy though,
hey,
man.
hey,
That's.
We'll see how these
It
first
would
4
make
games
things
turn out.
interesting though. You know, kind of a last minute. You know,
Yeah.
like screw you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
That's
know.
a screw you moment right
Yeah,
there.
it is.
So that'll put GS at 9. See, and then you would play if you went out. Potentially, you play Kraken in the actual playoff game.
Yeah.
Isn't that nicer? Isn't that a nicer team to play? Would you be afraid of? Not afraid, but would you be like, versus GSOT again? Like, would you be a little worried about that matchup?
I mean,
Round 1.
I mean, look, GSOT played us really tough. They played us really tough. So I think if they were to finish like an 8 or a 7 seed, I would think that's like a super dangerous
Team to play.
Yeah, it's like a Timberwolves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's respect there for sure.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look at like right now, 17 rounds Wolf Stars. So like, I mean, things are like, things are interesting right now.
At that point, what does a 2 seed even really mean?
Yeah, like you're a 2 seed playing Wolf Stars in the playoffs. I mean, they haven't looked that great, I would say. Like, I would say besides Dart, no one's looked really like dominant. Like you guys have looked pretty dominant, I would say. Like FNF, they've lost against Wolf Stars and it was a crazy game, but they have had some shaky moments, like against FTA, shaky little game. You know, they played lost to Wolf Stars. They took care of Titans pretty well, so that was a nice win for them. That was like a really nice win for them. They destroyed the Titans, and now they're gonna be playing me. So we'll see how they do against Muslimin. But I would say like 1 through 8, the matchups, if everyone stays besides Kraken and Purple Rain, interesting games. Very interesting games. I would say. Who is like, let's say like if you're the 1 seed, and you were given the option of like who would you want a matchup with Wolf Stars or against GSOT? Because potentially they're gonna be a 1-14 after this week.
I'd avoid Wolf Stars.
Yeah,
I would avoid.
I mean, who are the 18 potential right now?
Wolf Stars. I would avoid Wolf Stars. Yeah. Because it's not Shuja playing a back-to-back. The quarterfinals is just 1 game for the day. It's not semifinals and finals.
It's 1 game. It's 1 game. Yep.
And if Shuja's playing 1 game, you know what I mean? His body's not going to break down. He'll be good.
Yeah, I would say like this season, you know, all the beef that's been happening with Dart and GSOT. Like I feel like Dan and Horace, if they do get that matchup with Dart, they will be the happiest men alive if they are the ones to take y'all out.
Throw EJ in there too.
EJ too. EJ, Horace, and Dan, if they're able, after all this like players chat and all this drama's been going on, if they're the ones, I think they'll be solving with the matchup with you guys.
At this point, all they would need to do is win their quarterfinals matchup, and it would be a successful season for them. But if the quarterfinals matchup was a win against Dart, it would be even sweeter.
Oh, for sure. Like if they took y'all out, that'll be the sweetest. I think for them, like that probably win their season.
Yeah,
that'll be DMFL. That'll be.
It really wouldn't matter at that point.
But I think like right now, like the game against FNF next week is going to decide for first place. I would say, unless we take them out for you guys. If we take them out for you guys, you'll be the 1 seed, regardless, right? Regardless, yeah.
We would,
yeah. Unless y'all sell.
Well, no, because we hadn't played Titans, and in Titans we would both be Titans. Titans would be 5-1, we'd be 5-1, and we'd go to PD, right?
Yeah, but they're playing me next week too, Titans.
Yeah, right.
So there's some.
So yeah, you could do a lot of favors.
I can save y'all.
Yeah,
I can get you the 1 seed.
Yeah,
we don't need any saving.
But get us the 1 seed, and then we play GSOT, and we lose in the first round.
No, that'd be crazy though. That'd be popcorn material right there.
Huh?
That'd be just box office.
Yeah, because then the regular season win wouldn't mean anything.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just like when we lost to GSOT last year, right? And then we beat them in the.
That's all we remember now.
Yeah.
That's all we remember is that shutout.
Yeah.
That's all we remember. That week 3 loss where they blew y'all out to like to rumble.
Yeah,
they did.
That was a distant memory.
Disintegrated you guys though. Like, that was like completely.
Yeah.
And then playoff happened, and that's all we care about. Playoffs is what matters, and we keep seeing that every single time.
Right.
We have podcasts 1 through 6, all these podcasts and everything, and then playoffs come, Wolfpack wins and they leave. Yeah. And it's just like, damn, like you know what I mean? All of that like effort into just losing is all that matters. Is who wins the end of the day.
I mean, as my first time playing this, I spectated last year, just seeing the season is used to kind of, you know, put all these scenarios in your head and experiment with different types of players, build that chemistry, and then you go to what's been working for you in the playoffs, and you exploit that, and you strengthen that, you know, in the playoffs and take advantage of the other team.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and no other team does that better than, I feel like, us and FNF. So, it's going to be interesting to see, but
yeah. Alrighty, thank you for an amazing show. Last things I want to announce, we want to have all the players on the sidelines and all spectators on the bleachers. just because like as a media team, we can't have everyone just like it gets kind of chaotic with referees and players and non-players and all that stuff. And we also wanted to talk about like we got to control ourselves. You know, we're all like grown adults. We can't be leaving trash out. Like last week was an insane amount of trash left out. So let's do our best in that. And we want to limit the crash outs. You know, we can't have too many crash outs that can lead to a potential fight. Like you can crash out whatever, you know, post game speeches and stuff, but like when it almost leads to a fight, we have to definitely not have that again. What happened last year, you know, with the referees and players, and it's just a bad look for the league. It's a bad look, you know, because the fans sees that they're like, what's going on here? Like this is chaos. But one last thing I wanted to say is, committee's been discussing like how can we make these games more like so how can we make being a top seed be more of an impact? Like how can it be more? So this year we're adding to be in the playoffs. Gotta be 1 through 8, right? But it's also one more thing we're going to be adding wrinkles that makes being a 1 through 4 seed matter more, or a 1, 2, 3. I would say it gives you more of like
a home field advantage.
In the playoffs. So the games matter more, and we're not going to announce it yet, but it's coming soon. It means we're discussing ways of making, like for you guys, for example, like why does 1 seed matter? We'll tell you why later. Like so it makes the games matter more. So you can't just be like, okay, I'm a coach because I now have 2-3 wins. I'll be in the playoffs. Like it makes you just have to.
So in addition to being 1 through 4, there's more incentive to be the number 1 seed. Because you said 1 through 4 against 5 through 8.
I would, yeah. We're trying to find a way of making it matter more.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're not gonna announce it yet, but just things to note. Like, is it gonna be like a coin toss advantage? Is it gonna be something else? We don't know. But like if it was a coin toss, wouldn't that affect things? Like having a guaranteed win on coin toss is huge.
Sure. Yep.
I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna win you the game. I'm just saying like that's a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
It probably won't be that though, but we'll see.
It's something though.
It won't be that, but it's something. Right. So yeah, thanks to EB for joining the show. First time on the podcast.
I appreciate it.
It was nice having you. We lost Unk.
Yeah.
We lost Unk. Unfortunately, he had to head out.
Yeah, he's an Unk for a reason, man. He's got other responsibilities.
Exactly. So we're gonna have a special podcast coming for the playoffs edition podcast. We're gonna try to get one member from each team coming out and having a nice little podcast. It's gonna be fun for sure. I'm excited for that one. But yeah, we have some fun matches this week. We have some exciting games. I'm excited for. Any last thoughts, EB?
No. Like you said, I think this is a game that we all love, and no one has money in this, so there's no reason to be crashing out, feuding with other people. At the end of the day, dude, we're all brothers, dude. So, let's funnel that anger and that frustration and through our playmaking and capitalize from that. But no, like you said, it's fun matchups, key marquee matchups that have a lot of impact in these last 2 weeks going to the playoffs. So. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of teams cranking it up. So excited about that.
For sure. All right, guys. We'll see y'all next week. Salam.